And good morning, everyone. And the lesson for this morning is anybody can do anything as long as there's a recipe. And I had a recipe for doing that, and I actually did it. So, good morning and welcome to Bodhi Day. Greetings to everyone, and on our YouTube channel as well. And so let me give a brief description of Bodhi Day. Bodhi Day is the Buddhist holiday that commemorates the day that the historical Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, or Shakyamuni, experienced enlightenment, also known as Bodhi in Sanskrit and Pali. According to tradition, Siddhartha had recently forsaken years of extreme aesthetic practices and resolved to sit under a Bodhi tree and simply meditate until he found the root of suffering and how to liberate oneself from it. The day of Shakyamuni's enlightenment and the promise of our own is celebrated by millions of Buddhists every year on Bodhi Day, the 8th day of the 12th month, which falls on December 8th in Japan's westernized calendar and in early January in China's lunar calendar. Bodhi is the Pali and Sanskrit word usually translated as enlightened or awakened. The tree under which Siddhartha Gautama sat on the night of his great awakening is often referred to as the Bodhi tree. Known as Rohatsu or Jōrei in Japan and elsewhere by other names, this holiday is widely observed in the Mahayana traditions of East Asia and across the globe. Okay, so I would like to announce Reverend Marcos. Please rise for the meditation and invocation.
Vamos tocar em Gachô. Today, before the altar within shines Amida Buddha, we gather together to observe the Bodhi Day service. More than 2,500 years ago, on December 8, the young prince Siddhartha Gautama, who would later become the Buddha, left his palace in Nepal at the age of 29 to search for the meaning of life. His family had protected him from the cares of the world, but as Siddhartha was an inquisitive sort, he traveled about. He saw the misery of old age, sickness, and suffering. Because it is profoundly affecting him, he chose to live his comfortable surroundings and seek and meaning. Siddhartha, after spending 6 years living in the life as an ascetic and serving under 6 teachers, he still did not find what he was searching for. He tried many different disciplines, such as surviving by eating only 1 grain of rice per day, but soon realized that this was not the answer. Because he could not find the answer to his questions, the young prince Siddhartha Gautama sat beneath a fig tree. He vowed that he would sit under the Bodhi tree until he had his answers. He declared, Even though the flesh falls from my bones and the bones themselves crack, I will not get up from this seat until I have attained supreme and perfect enlightenment. This determined young man and faced down all of his inner demons, refrained, and finally turning all the temptation and distraction of greed, anger, and restlessness, laziness, and self-doubt. He finally attained a state of calm awareness. His mind had become like a clear and still pool which could perfectly reflect all things living. Siddhartha fasted and meditated under the tree for a week, and on the morning of the eighth day came to several realizations which were to become the principles of modern Buddhism. It was here, as Siddhartha meditated in the case of Upam Venus rising, that the base of the Noble Eightfold Path and Four Noble Truths were born. Bodhi is to celebrate the enlightenment of Gautama Siddhartha, who became Shakyamuni Buddha, the historical Buddha. Siddhartha became the Buddha, the fully awakened one, who realized and could share with others the true nature of reality, which could end suffering and open the eyes of all people to the selfless beauty which he had seen and now manifest in his own life. Today, gathering is a gift we received, an opportunity to encounter the Buddha Dharma and to reflect on how we live our life. It's the path of to relieve the pain and suffering that permeates human life and relieves our pain and anxiety and direct our energy towards helping others to find the meanings and the happiness in their life. Let's be reminded that those important to understand that it must be never end. On this occasion, may you reconfirm our commitment to listen ever more diligently to the teachings of Shakyamuni Buddha. Respectfully, Gasho Shakujinen on December 10th, 2020. I ask your hands together in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you.
Okay, and you've already done it. You may now sit. Guess what? Now you may rise. Please turn to page 46 for GATHA VANDANA ti Sarana.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Homage to the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. です。ナメオニダです。
Okay, you may now be seated. And now it's time for Tanbutsu Sanseige on page 57 to 65, led by Reverend Marcos. 57 to 65. And during the chanting, you may offer incense.
O genki ichi muboku nyo zenmyo muyo tosha nichigatsu mani shuko enyo kaishitsu onpei yunyaku jumoku nyorai yogen 朝鮮無林小学第四ゴール実法開門精進三枚知恵徳無量修正慶右人大前年勝負崩壊無人銀の 空母外帝不明欲ぬ生存用無二の死死人徳無量空古代知恵人用光明一層信号大戦願がサブ最小法華道生じ美不下座不正上位会員精進行税三昧知恵以上五世徳部 無病死断一切空空一切大安慶死無百千六万無量大小衆女五弱用一切死と勝負 不尿不動現象不逆異尿五者勝負世界不不可見無臭節道光明失笑変死小国行政精進 一人難量量化差分国土第一号周奇妙道場調整国領内容二無道祖がと愛民東大一切実法大書 新年少女移動が国慶楽安の公務神明税が新書発願多い力少々欲実法生存知恵無限 上領子孫地が神教計量神地食毒中画業精進二十不 女性が意志無浄土志願不満足政府上昇学がお無旅行
無意大摂取無彩小貧具政府上昇学餓死成仏道病床長実法右教未証門政府上昇学美欲人少年上映修言病死具無浄土一生天人死人力縁大公無償無才道少女三不病交際集約難乖離知恵言滅死公法案閉塞小悪道津田全宗門放送長満足医療老実法日月修十期天候不言一種解放層公正独法情報大集中説法四式無用一切部無足修徳本元年出場版特異三大王呼ぶ無下地津田未不詳感覚霊力同志最小尊志願や国家大西洋感動報復書天人当人名願西功徳平等正祭同法菩提心往生安楽 Your palms together in God's joy, take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. We vow to give equal throughout this matter truth together to raise the mind of God and awaken to the realm of serenity and joy. Namandabu, 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 Namandabu.
Okay, please turn to page 134 and 135. the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, and that will be followed by our Dharma talk.
Namandab, Namandab. Let's read the four Dharma seals. 1. All things are impermanent. All things are constantly changing. That is because the existence of all things originates from other existence or phenomena, which is called dependent origination. Understand awakening to and accepting impermanence is essential for understanding the Dharma. 2. All things are devoid of independent existence. Because of the truth of dependent origination, all things are empty or of substance, including such things as permanent self or ego. 3. Everything causes suffering because of the impermanent nature of all things and phenomena. Nothing can be held onto in this world. In this sense, everything is the cause of our suffering. Number 4, nirvana is peace. Buddhism encourages us to accept the truth of life while dealing with suffering, which will lead us to attain nirvana. This is the declaration that nirvana exists as the state in which the affliction in our mind are overcome. To come on the true awakening of the first two is to arrive at nirvana. The fourth noble truth. The first noble truth. All beings are subject to suffering. No one escapes. Suffering is universal. 2. Second noble truth. The cause of the suffering is ignorance. Moreover, the ignorance of oneself is the greatest ignorance. Number 3, the third noble truth. Ignorance, the cause of the suffering, can be overcome. Number 4, the fourth noble truth. The way to overcome the ignorance is the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path. 1. Right view. 2. Right thought. 3. Right speech. 4. Right conduct. 5. Right livelihood. 6. Right effort. 7. Right mindfulness. 8. Right meditation. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Good morning, everyone. And thank you for coming, and thank you for following us at YouTube channel. And before I start my Dharma talk, Master Renyo reminded us important how to listen with the heart. First, you should listen as you are listening this message for the first time. 2, you should listen as this message is for you alone. And 3, you should listen as this is the last time you will ever do so in your life. Master Renyo 500 years ago. Namandap, namandap. Today we read these teachings of Shakyamuni Buddha a few minutes ago. But what is enlightenment? Today I am gonna talk about saved by the name. Saved by the name. What does mean this, Sensei? Saved by the name. Saved by the Namo Amida Butsu. Recite or call the name of Amida Buddha is our practice, is our salvation. But Sensei, you only call the name or say Namo Amida Butsu, we can be saved. What this means? Yeah, this is something we are trying to understand today. It's a little simple, but at the same time it's hard and simple. Yeah, because we have to put all in words and concept. But first thing I want to talk to you is what does mean enlightenment in Buddhism? Enlightenment is to go from this world to the Buddha's word. This path is to go the secular suffering world to the world of Satori. Satori is enlightenment. Satori, or realization. It's like a throwing away, you throw away the world of suffering and enter in nirvana. Nirvana is what you say, pure, absolute, we cannot describe nirvana. But in the reverse, in the other side, enlightenment is the root. When Buddha get this enlightenment, come back to this world, come back to the suffering world. That become Buddha and come back for the world of suffering. Sensei, is suffering and come back for this world is enlightenment. Yeah, because we have this beautiful image of enlightenment. Enlightenment is only that path of peace of mind, but all in Buddhism we say gate or we say path. Path is a place we keep doing, keep walking, keep going. Yeah. This is a path. Buddhism, enlightenment in Buddhism is a path. It's not something, it's not experience. People think enlightenment is experience. It's philosophy. No, it's the truth. Enlightenment is real. We can only realize. This is not you can describe, because if you put in word, we come back for one thing, suffering again, because you stay in the concept and we make difference. Make difference is our suffering. But people, human, can understand only from the perspective of this dualistical or dual. Good or bad, right or wrong, woman, man, like that, we only for a concept. Because since we was starting this world, I made by relation. This is what I want you to understand. What does mean dependent origination? Dependent origination, or is made by relation. We exist only by relation. Think about Marcos. For you now, Reverend Marcos, there is a meaning, the meaning of minister. Yeah. But when I come back from my house and my son look at me, he look at as father. When I go to some shopping there, they look at me as a consumer. Yeah? But everyone here has his own image about Marcos. It's all different. If you have 10 people here, 10 different approaches of Marcos. And this Marcos doesn't exist in my mind. But when Charlene look at me, Marcos, she look at different perspective. She look from Charlene's perspective. I look Charlene from my perspective. Then the things exist only by relation, not isolated. This is one thing we have to understand. Everything is dependent of, but this relation is different from each other. There is a meaning, different meaning. Then there is Nagarjuna, told, I'm not sure if that, I think Nagarjuna, Ryuju, Nagarjuna. So, and the name is, word is a name. And the Shinrans and other masters, Shakyamuni, realized too that all things is empty. Why empty? Because this I, this Marcos, doesn't exist in any place, only in my mind. Yeah. Marcos for Bill, there is one Marcos. But Bill for Marcos, there is one. But for his wife, Bill is different. For Norma, my wife, Marcos is different too. Everyone has different. Then we say this is no substance, but exists by conditions and relation. If I was born in one island only, I was put there in one month before and I could survive, I don't know what does mean I, because I don't have any reference to say I. Then this I is only exist. And one day, one student in America asked Sensei Soga Ryojin, Sensei, what does mean Amida Buddha? Why Amida Buddha is? Sensei Soga respond, it's only a name, it's called a name. Then what this name can save us? Why the name? This is a question. In Buddhism, the 7th involved of the larger sutra is called, if the whole Buddha, that is all words Buddha, don't call my name, I cannot become Amida Buddha. This is what the Bodhisattva, Dharmakara, put in his wall, cannot become Buddha if all Buddhas don't call his name. But what does mean call? What does mean name? It's like a name, yeah? Because who are you? I'm this body. I'm in this body too. But I was born as a baby. But that baby and this body right now isn't the same. Everything is change. But I put this concept as Marcos. Then they asked, Amida Buddha is a name. Because we understand this word only by name. If you remove all concept, all word, we cannot exist to. Yeah. Then our existence here is something empty. Why empty, Sensei? Because what I look at, then what I am, what am I? I'm a name. Because the name, Paul can call me as Marcos and Reverend Marcos, but Paul has his idea of me, but is in the name. But Norma call me as Marcos too, his husband, her husband, but is in the name. That for us, name is our salvation. You say Namo Amida Butsu. Why Namo Amida Butsu Sensei? Because when you put in word W-O-R-D, this word can overcome the light. For example, if you have someone to transmit and you have someone to receive, this connection will be, if you have every conditions, this connection and will establish. Then call the name is word, because word can overcome time. Yeah? With Namo Amida Butsu is much longer. It's longer than you think. Yeah? This is the name. And if you are in the dark place, you cannot see nothing. Someone knock your door. Who is there? And the people say his name. Then you can make some relation, and you can accept or don't accept. But how humans act? Humans want to try to make a difference. Why? I want to be famous. Why? I want to be, people listen to me. Because actually in your instinct, you want people call you. You want people call your name. Oh, Sandra, you are really nice lady. Great. Oh, I really want to follow you in everything because you are model of life. Yeah? This is, we aspire. Then you try to be like a diva in the heaven. But this is in the name too. Yeah? In the name of something. But there is any place can say this is something substantial. Yeah? Only appears when you have a relation. But if you don't have a relation, disappears. But when you say name, every history can be included there. When you say Namo Amida Butsu, there is our angry, our ignorance, your inquiry about what it is, Namo Amida Butsu, everything is included there. Not to waste. Everything is in that name. That means was the way, concept, word, was to human could understand. Yeah. This is what Shinran realized. Call the name. This name in 70th vow. I cannot become Buddha if all Buddhas from all holy world don't call my name. This is call my name is actually Namo Amida Butsu represent big compassion, represent wisdom, represent light, represent suffering, represent ignorance, represent your aspiration of your beautiful nirvana, and represent your path when Buddha came back for this secular world. Yeah. All is concentrate in this Namo Amida Butsu. Then Amida Buddha represented this truth. Even you are Christian, even you are Jewish, even you are as it is, we cannot describe. We can't say. But in the same time, Shinran realized he doesn't have anything to say, I want to be an enlightened one. I don't believe that Nembutsu can, this name save me. That was his inquiry. How? But Amida Buddha, he or she or it send this infinite light, infinite wisdom, and infinite life. That means compassion for everything. Compassion is, I never abandon you till you be born in the land of Buddhists. I never abandon you. This is one thing inside of I never abandon you is all 11th fall will be saved. All people born in my land will become Buddha or be Buddha. This is, yeah. Then when this a lot of concept, Shinran realized he doesn't have any feeling of this want to be Buddha, but realize something. Why I'm doing this path here? Why I'm in the monastery life? Why I sit here, I say Namo Amida Butsu. So why? Because there is something much longer than this I working to you come back to the truth, because we are nature. Only when you try to deny, you can work only your word as your unique word. I don't care. I don't care. If it's good for me, I don't care. There is a kind of crime because there is a call to you. Your suffering is my suffering. Your happiness is my happiness. This continues working every time. This is the reason sometimes we look at some people in very hard condition, something touch you. Yeah? This is because you are not different from them. When you encounter each other, yeah, this is, then in Buddha's word, for our concept, name is a way you can transmit this from generation to generation. When you have someone to listen, to need, call you, come here, Bill, come here, Mary, come here, Joyce, come here. Then we are, because we want to be called, this is, we are Namo Amida Butsu too. There is a call. someone want to call you, if someone want to call you, is Buddha's wisdom calling you. And you want to be part of everything there. You want to be included. Please, don't forget me, don't forget me. Yeah? You try to make it in a different way. I deserve more, I have high education, I have more age and my experience of it, but enlightenment is not experience. It doesn't matter your experience or no experience. Enlightenment is not what you think you can describe. If you try to describe, you cannot describe because word is not the Dharma too, but is the language, is a sign we have to understand as a human. Then name is included. Namu Amidabutsu is included. All history, much than you can. It's not only recite, resonate. Namu Amidabutsu resonate from tradition, from your parents, your suffering, your happiness, your ignorance. Everything is included in the name Namu Amidabutsu. Namu Amidabutsu don't makes you better, don't makes you because, yeah, is nature. Nature is not good or bad. Rain is not good or bad. Rain is rain. Human is not good or bad. Good or bad start from our calculation mind. But when the calculation mind encounters the wisdom of Buddha, this is Shinjin. Shinjin, of course, we are putting concept, but it's not concept too. Is realized. Then, when even, how can I be saved if I don't believe not of that? But when you sit here, this is Namu Amidabutsu working, yeah? Why I'm here? When you don't believe in Buddhism, that, but the last minute you have some, you put your hand together, you aspire to be saved, but not because that guy is a monk, has a high knowledge about Buddhism, and that criminal in the lowest. This all is our mind, discrimination mind, because conditions can make you in as a homeless, as a some in the hell, or some feel like a deep, but all this is only samsara, the cycle of life and birth, yeah? and death and birth. You overcome samsara is nirvana, enlightenment. No, it's definite origination, yeah, is a way we can understand name. What? Who are you? I'm a name. I'm a name. Because name can include Charan's opinion about myself, Paul's opinion, Sandra's opinion, Norma's opinion, Bill's opinion, Mary's opinion, my son's opinion. Yeah? But this is the reason. So Soga Sensei, Shakyamuni, Nagarjuna, all they say, name is empty, but is emptiness is absent of all that, but at the same time is include all everything. Then we say Namu Amidabutsu, say by the name, is more than only put in mouth. Yeah, yes, there is a tradition, a history, a lot of your suffering there, your ignorance there. So and Shiran doesn't aspire, but something you work to, you go to the ocean. Like your nature's water, you go to the ocean. Okay, thank you so much. Today, your hands together in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Oh, yes, it works. Please turn to page 127 for Nembutsu. All rise. If you can or you wish, all rise. Okay, thank you. You may sit down. You may sit. Sit. Thank you everybody for coming. It's actually a few more people than I thought were going to be here, so thank you. Including myself. I have not been here in a while, so thank you to me for being here. And we do have some announcements. So, December 17th, which is a Sunday, Temple Cleanup Day from 8:30 a.m. A short service before will be held. Helpers will be welcomed. If your health condition is okay, join us wearing a mask, as some of us are right now, and bring your gloves. Further information, ask Reverend Sawada, and since the number is given to me, I will read it, 247-2661. December 24th, which is a Sunday as well, Sunday service at 9 a.m. The 31st, Sunday again, New Year's Eve service, Joya no Kane, and the bell will be tolled from 5 p.m. January 1st, Monday, New Year's service from 9 a.m. And the general membership meeting and New Year's party date will be held on January 28th, 2024, Reverend, at 9 a.m. Please don't miss it. We need the number of people who want to attend, so please call or email the temple to RSVP by January, by that date, by January 24th. Next year we will be celebrating our 100th anniversary at Kaneohe Higashi Hongwanji, 100 years. We ask that you pay your membership fee to keep this wonderful temple alive. And I have a little announcement. I was warned not to say certain things. I won't say those things. I'll wait for our refreshments. But when I was hearing about life as impermanent, it really made me think of my dad. I don't know if I've said he passed away in August of 2022. I thought he would live forever, for good or for ill. He made it to almost 98. But all things are impermanent. It's one of the great lessons of Buddhism, and sometimes it's just words, and then sometimes it just wham, wham, wham. And when he said that, that was the first thing I thought of. So it was a very, very good reminder. Please join us for refreshments. They are downstairs. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Thank you, everybody.